Okay, so we are in Home of the Brave, the theme paper, and I know you're doing a lot of writing, but it's really two very different papers. One is an informational, your state report. You're gathering information and you're telling the reader. Another one is more of a book report in a way. You are talking about the lesson the character learned in the story you read. The theme is the lesson a character learns. Remember, we said, how do we find the theme? We look for the problem, or we say the problem, it's a bad problem. We look for that, and then we say, well, how did the characters solve the problem? That points to the theme. So now we know the theme. Now we're just going to work kind of in reverse. We know that we believe, a lot of us say hope gets us through hard times. Now we have to find some of those problems that Keck faced and how did he solve them? Okay, so we're going to say, here's a problem he faced, here's what he did to solve it, and here's what he said. And that's why we believe, or the theme is, hope gets you through hard times. So really, it's the same thing. Thumb up, problem. How'd he solve it? Thumb down, points to the lesson learned. Okay, so your fourth paragraph is just your conclusion. You've done your first paragraph, which was your summary, and then your last sentence of your summary was stating the theme. That's your thesis statement. Okay, then you wrote two separate paragraphs on an example that supports your thesis statement or the theme. So you found one problem. You said, here's my example. This happened. Here's what he said. Here's what he thought. That proves that hope gets you through hard times. Then you found another problem and you said, here's another problem. Here's what he said. Here's how he solved it. That also points to my thesis statement of hope gets you through hard times. Now you're in paragraph 4, you're wrapping it up, you're restating the theme, you're restating your thesis. So you can start out by saying, throughout the book or the novel, Home of the Brave, Keck learns time and time again that hope will get him through hard times. Okay, it's just stating it. Boom, done. Then you find another example that was a really strong one that is just going to kind of hit it home so that your reader understands, oh, yeah, he did have that problem too. And yeah, he said this and it solved it. And that does point to the theme. Okay, then you give that example or quote that supports it, and then you're going to restate it again. You're just really telling them and telling them. So you're saying, therefore, the theme of Home of the Brave is hope gets you through hard times. This points to the theme of the book, Hope Gets You Through Hard Times. You've had lots of different examples of quotes. You can go to the one where it says, I reached into my pocket and I feel the soft cloth. I carry it everywhere with me, yellow and blue, blue and yellow, torn at the edges, the size of my hand, soft as the new grass after a good rain. The problem was that he missed his mom and he was hoping he would find her. How did he solve that problem? How did he help get through that? He held on to that soft cloth. That's how he solved it. That's how it points to the lesson he learned was hope was going to get him through that hard time, and he was going to do what he had to do to help him get through it. I remember something my mama used to say on dark days. If you can talk, you can sing. If you can walk, you can dance. Okay. So that's another thing that happened in the story. So she's even saying, okay, so he knows, okay, it's really hard. It's really dark. I miss my mom. That's the problem. But he went to remembering what his mom used to say. And what did he remember? Those words. And what do those words tell us? That's hope. Okay. So also, you might come to when he was learning the new language. He heard word after word, but it didn't really make sense. And then he'd hear one, and then it was dark again. Okay, so there are lots of different examples you can find in the book that will help you. And I'll give you one. example from last year, it's not the best. And I really, honestly, I feel like you guys are going to do better. Please do not tell the kids when you see them next year that I said you would do better, but I know you're going to do better. So this student started out with in conclusion. I would not start out with in conclusion. I would start out with throughout home of the brave or something similar to that, because in conclusion just sounds a little bit scripted and not very smooth transition, but you can. In conclusion, this book is all about hope even when times look bad. Okay, they restated their thesis. They said hope will help when times are bad. Keck, now they're going back to the person. What did he face? The problem, a refugee escaped the men time and time again, even when his brother Lul and his dad were killed. That was the problem. His mom went missing. He still didn't give up. Okay. He hoped his mom would come home. He hoped many things, and all of them turned out to be amazing. And it just goes to show that hope and hard work can go a very long way. So they restated their thesis statement in a different way. They didn't just say it, hope will get you through hard times again. They said it in a new way. So go ahead, wrap this up. You need to afterwards go through and revise your paper. Read it out loud. That's when I find mistakes. Read it out loud. Look for punctuation mistakes. Look at your rubric, because that's how I'm scoring you. If you didn't indent, remember that's 4 points. If you didn't capitalize, that's going against you. All right. So I know you're going to do great, and I look forward to seeing what you have.